Hello, everybody. It's Pete and Roxy here from Awakening Education. We are doing this short video. It's an information video on an upcoming retreat to the Red Centre in Central Australia, Uluru, the solar plexus of the world. We have been called to bring a group of beautiful souls on a journey into the Red Centre next year. May 2nd is the retreat details when it starts. A 5-night retreat, 6-day event, and we'll be journeying through the desert on a wonderful bus from Alice Springs all the way down to Uluru and exploring ancient sites along the way. We're going to have an amazing time. We're going to give you all the details in this video.
Yeah, the idea of this video is to just talk through some little bits and pieces, are both informational and logistic based. But like, for example, when booking the flight, you're flying into Alice Springs. When you're booking your departure, you're flying out of Uluru. You want to get that correct, right? Things like that. Now, the time of the year that we'll be traveling means that at night, it'll be somewhere between 5 and 10 degrees Celsius, which is cool. However, with some thick socks and proper preparation, it should be perfectly fine, because the benefit of that is then that by day, it sits at around 25 degrees, which is actually the perfect time to be in the desert and hiking and traveling to a lot of these different locations, which you've been to before, right?
Yes, so I've done this beautiful retreat before a couple of years ago. I've been to Uluru twice now, and the land out there, it really does activate our soul. I went out before we had our awakening in 2019 for my mother's 60th, and my gosh, there was something going on that was beyond what I probably knew at the time, but it certainly sent me on my way. It's a powerful land to go to and be activated from. It's so beautiful, and we'd love to share it with you if you're feeling the call. So let's get into the details. So we start off in Alice Springs. So you have to fly from maybe a major city, Brisbane, Sydney, Adelaide, to Alice Springs on the 1st of May 2026. Now, we would like you to book your own hotel for the 1st of May on the Friday evening, because the bus will be picking you up from your hotel early Saturday morning, the 2nd of May, and that's when the retreat starts. Some of the flights don't get in early enough to Alice Springs on the Saturday the 2nd, so we need to be ready for pickup early Saturday morning in Alice Springs. So we'll pick you up from your hotel, give us the details so we can come and collect you, and we'll be making our journey down the highway through the country, maybe 3 or 4 hours on the bus, and we'll be going to an area near the Kings Canyon to begin with. We're staying 3 nights in an Indigenous community. There is no Indigenous people living there. We'll be having the camp to ourselves, and this is an opportunity for males and females. Partners are welcome, and your energy will be looked after. We'll have a ladies area, males area, and a couples area if you're feeling more comfortable with that arrangement. We're sleeping in swags under the stars. Now, this is not a luxury retreat. We don't have air conditioning in private hotel rooms or anything like that. We'll be staying in Lilla community. Now, this is an Indigenous community with obviously a kitchen and a few sheds, but it is a special, special place. It's just up the road from Kings Canyon. So we'll be arriving to Lilla community, setting up camp. We'll have fires. We'll do some beautiful cacao ceremonies, meditation. We'll be doing some sunset liberation dancing and Indigenous culture. We'll be having a smoke ceremony from some beautiful ancestral elders that will come and visit and welcome us to country, and some awesome bush tucker that you don't want to miss out on. Pete has a request to try some kangaroo and some different meats out there, so that's definitely on the menu as well. So in terms of sleeping arrangements, you'll need your sleeping bags, some warm clothes for the evening, and probably a puffer jacket as something to wear out and around the fire of an evening. It will cool down. That's normally what happens in the desert. But on the plus side, it's not going to be too hot during the day when we're hiking. So we'll set up camp. There are showers available for us to have a shower every night, and we'll be taking you to a place off off-site, off the Lilla community, to have a shower, and that is available every night for everyone to wash off and feel fresh for their sleep and for getting back into it the next day. So on the Lilla community, the land there, it's very special. There is a divine feminine birthing cave where all the Indigenous people used to birth, and I have been here. It is extraordinary. The rocks are pink. There's hand marks in the rocks, and it's something, a very special place for us to go to. It's a special portal where many beautiful souls have crossed the Rainbow Bridge and come down into this planet, and it's something not to be missed. So while us females reminiscing in this beautiful divine feminine energy, there is a sacred masculine site. And this is where the boys used to get together while the females were having their birth and birthing their babies. So it's a very special ancient land, and it is very special for us to visit and learn about from these ancestors.
As we tune into the power of the solar plexus of planet Earth, it's going to be a beautiful time for ourselves as individuals to be able to tune into our own power and our ability to be able to manifest and make things happen in our life as well. So part of the journaling, the reflection, the meditation that we'll be doing as individuals will be definitely working with the power of the area and the energies in which we're at to be able to take this home so that you can really start to create and implement the change that's inspired by being at the energy of the red center, the solar plexus of planet Earth. It's going to be a fantastic trip, and as Roxy's mentioned, partners are welcome. And certainly it will not be too full on that it may be uncomfortable for someone who is not totally into the self-development, spiritual development community. However, there will be mentions of things like that, but let's face it, all of us want to have more success and fulfillment and special times with the ones we love in our life. And that will generally be the theme of what we're going to be implementing on the retreat, and then giving you a program to take home as well. So when we're there, I think Roxy's made it very important. Definitely why we have made it clear on the website that we'll be roughing it, so to speak. I do want to let you know that the meals are provided. There is opportunities and places for you to be able to refill your water bottle, but I suggest you take your own one for your hiking and things of that nature. Of course, there are toilets, and in the community itself, we're getting looked after by the team that runs that particular community, and they know a lot about the history of the site as well. It's going to be very informative. Yeah.
Yeah, so day 2 of the retreat, we're going to go to Kings Canyon. We'll walk the rim and we'll see the divine masculine and the divine feminine qualities of nature through this extraordinary hike. So it is a medium person. I guess you have to be medium fit. So it is 3 or 4 maybe hours, the hike. It can be quite long. And so we'll take some water and a muesli bar, and we'll get into it nice and early. So it's easy. And if you want to start to do some walking in the afternoon to prepare for it, that will be fine. We did it with ease and flow. We took our time, and that's why we took a little bit longer to do it. You can just go flat out and do it in an hour or two, but it is a beautiful journey to really connect to this ancient portal as well.
Yeah, I would say my mother, who's in her early 70s now, did the walk 5 years ago. And she said it's steep at the start, and once you get to the top of the rim of the canyon, the walk around was actually quite flat and easy. And of course, the walk down, no problem at all. So it was just intense at the beginning. And I would say, hope you're not watching this, Mum. She's not particularly fit, but she's able-bodied. She has no aches and pains. Just wanted to make that part clear.
Yeah. And so after that, we'll be going back to camp at Lilla Community and doing some beautiful workshops, consciousness workshops set up by Pete and myself. We are the tour guides. We are hosting this event, so you'll have a lot of activations from us. And the time spent at Lilla Community will be 3 nights. Okay. And we'll be doing some arts and craft there and getting getting into some Indigenous culture, CE5 events of nighttime because the stars are so bright out there. We'll call in the galactic consciousness, and we'll do some beautiful connection to souls, connection to self. And there'll be plenty of time to really drop into yourself. So if you've got a busy life, this is a really good opportunity for you to turn off. There is limited Wi-Fi at Lilla Community, which is beautiful. There is Wi-Fi availability for emergencies. However, we invite you to turn your phone off as well and not walk around trying to get a signal. But if there is an emergency, you do have access to telecommunications. So after Lilla Community, 3 nights at Lilla Community, we'll be heading down to Uluru. We'll be staying in the town of Uluru at a campsite with tents and showers, and we'll be staying there visiting Uluru Rock, walking around the rock and exploring the rock, and also having sunset views of the rock, which is spectacular. We'll be visiting the Olgas as well, which is another ancient site that is very significant, I believe, in some of the teachings, and maybe just a little bit in the hidden back rows. And Uluru is a star, but maybe the culture is Olgas is actually maybe more important or potent, but we'll find out. And then 2 nights at this place in Uluru, we'll be able to go and have some free time, walk around the community in Uluru and visit some of the shops and some of the art museums and stuff like that. And the last night we have a finale dinner. It's the Sound of Silence dinner under the stars, where the Indigenous communities put this on for guests and tourists. So we'll be mixing with a few other tourists, but our group will be all on the same tables at a beautiful sunset dinner under the stars in the desert. So this one is very, very spectacular under the Milky Way stars. It's our finale dinner of the retreat. And then we will all a nice sleep, wake up and say our goodbyes. So that will be on the 7th, which is a Thursday, 7th of May. And that's the day that you need to plan your trip out of Uluru, Ayers Rock. So there is an airport at Uluru, and this is where you can get a flight. We will take you to the airport for your flight, and you'll be on your way. Now, the bus will be returning to Alice Springs. It is basically a 4-hour bus ride from Uluru to Alice Springs. That is where the depot, where the bus lives. So there is an opportunity for you to go back to Alice Springs if you desire to spend more time up in the top end. That is very welcome for you to jump on the bus and go back up to Alice Springs. We will be flying out of Uluru on the 7th and making our way home to our little boys and farewelling all of you beautiful souls. It's going to be a magical week. We're very excited about it, aren't we?
We are, yes. And certainly what I would say is for those of you that have already put in expressions of interest, we understand all of the logistical things that people are working on behind the scenes, but we've been quite overwhelmed with the interest for the trip, which is fantastic. So if you are interested in coming, but you may not even be 100% sure, but if you're probably wanting to come along to this retreat, the things to know are that it is in Australian dollars, not in US dollars like the rest of our website. And for us to secure your spot, you just need to pay $1,000 deposit by the end of this year, or the price does go up. So the early bird booking discount is running basically for the rest of this year. But if you really want to hold a seat, you can send us an email and let us know. And if you need whatever time you need, a week, 10 days, 2 weeks, whatever it is, let us know so that we can make a note beside your name, because we wouldn't want you or the family members that you may bring who don't know anything about Pete and Roxy or whatever, but they're just excited about Uluru. They're welcome to come along as well.
And this is not a woo-woo, in-depth spiritual retreat. We'll be connecting and light meditation. So if you do have a partner that's not quite really into the spiritual deepness like you are at this point or we are at this point, don't worry. We will make sure we'll go easy on them, and everything will be perfect. It's all divinely set up. I'm sure whoever's meant to be there will be divinely led to this retreat. We're so excited to have some fun. We've all been doing such great work, doing the inner work. I'm sure there'll be some inner work happening on this retreat. Of course, it's just natural and this soul evolution that we're all on. But we want to have some fun on this retreat. We'll be journeying, put the music on, we'll be dancing, having fun, connecting, crying, laughing. I don't know what else will be happening, but it's one retreat that you don't want to miss. If you're in Australia, it's easy access. It's in Aussie dollars, and there's an early bird until the end of the year. So if you do have any questions, please reach out to us. We have a 15-minute free discovery button, and we'll put that in the link below for anyone looking to learn more about the retreat. Any other details that we haven't mentioned yet, you can certainly email us or click the link and book a session to discover more. And that's it from us.
Yes, guys, looking forward to sharing this experience. As I said, never done it before. We're not sure how it's all going to play out in terms of when's the next one, is often what people ask. And what I would say to that is we've never done one before, and with our schedule and how it works with things at home with the children and etc., there is no next one. So if you'd have to juggle things and see if you could make it or not, this is the one to come to and make a plan. I know it's life's busy, but life's always busy. So if you can find time for yourself when you're busy, imagine how much more time you're going to have for yourself when things perhaps are less crazy in your life. It's an interesting way to look at it, and we're busy as well. So see if you can make it happen.
It's going to be a wonderful reset. We'll talk to you soon, guys. Bye for now.